There's this fallacy because we go to porn that's quick and that's easy and that seems like it's effortless because it's so available on demand, that the journey of quitting porn should be effortless and easy and just kind of happen immediately and on demand because we want it to, or because you're here and you're going through this process. But no, it's actually like we're going to have to wake up, become more aware, become more conscious in ourself with God, and really reflect on the things that we've been kind of numbing our mind to. So
you like this, you like being daddy's arms with microphones. You like being a worker. You're made for the camera. Both my boys are.
hey, this video you are about to watch is a part of a series where I show you how to quit porn the right way. So do yourself a favor, binge on all of this content, all the videos that you possibly can, because who knows, maybe if the value and the trust is built together over this journey, you'll want to jump into a community that I call Fit for Family. Or maybe you think these videos suck, and that's also fair too. But nonetheless, there's only one way for us to find out. So enough of me, let's get back to serving you and let's get back to the video. One thing to think about to set yourself up for success with quitting porn is recognizing that it's got to get worse before it gets better. And what I mean by that is shaving years of frustration off of my life could have been achieved if I would have understood this principle that when you first start at something, start at anything, any skill, but specifically I'm talking about with quitting porn for us right now, that when you start this journey, it's probably going to suck a lot more at the beginning, and it's going to get a lot easier as you go along the road. Why? Because there's things that you need to confront immediately. Imagine this. Imagine that you are living in a home and things are very disorganized, and you know that. You can tell, you're like, you haven't cleaned, you haven't done laundry, things are building up, and things are maybe growing mold, or you don't know what kind of bugs or things are getting. You can see droppings, and you're like, oh, this is just an absolute nightmare. And when you go to finally deal with it all, you're going to have to look underneath the hood. You're going to have to rip things apart. You're going to have to lift up the bed, lift up the couch. You're going to have to rearrange. You're going to have to throw things away. And I don't know if you've ever tried to reorganize a home, or if you're ever moving and you want to downsize. It actually has to get really, really messy. You're taking things out of storage cupboards, out of closets, out of, the pantry, out of the kitchen, and it's just going to be a mess. It's going to be all over the place. And the same is true when you start to do this journey of getting honest, confronting, emotions or things that you feel like are uncomfortable or awkward, and actually taking ownership over these area of your lives. It's going to be harder at first because it's a new skill, because it's uncomfortable, because there's things that have been swept under the rug of our life for so many years that now we're actually willfully facing, and we're not going to be committed to living a lie. We're going to be living a committed life to being honest and being truthful and really recognizing our intent. And so if someone would have told me that, like, hey, Matt, this is supposed to be harder at the beginning, it's supposed to be messier, it's supposed to be dirtier as a trajectory, I just assumed that I'm like, hey, I'm making a commitment to God. I want my life to change. It's going to get good. It's going to get easy because God loves me. We go from glory to glory, and I'm his child. But what I didn't realize is that I have to excavate a little. Another metaphor, I'm just going to give you a couple different ways of seeing this so you can find the version of this that sits the most true for you. It's like, a garden. You can have a garden with all these different things in it. But if you want to overhaul the garden, you're going to have to turn the soil, won't you? You're going to have to excavate, depending on how big your garden is, and you're going to have to look at really what's going on underneath the surface. You're going to have to pull up all the root systems, and it's going to be messy. So before, you might have an organized mess of weeds in your box. You might have a garden, you're like, yep, there's some vegetables, there's some fruit, but there's some weeds. But if you want to overhaul it all, you're going to have to be willing to uproot. You're going to have to be willing to turn the soil. You're going to have to be willing to have things get dirty, get messy, get your hands dirty, get messy, more on the front side. And that's the comfortability meter that I want us to become aware of, is there's more renovation to be done up front than later on. It's almost like buying a house too. And if you want to renovate it, you're going to have to knock down walls, take out the kitchen, so on and so forth. You guys are catching the imagery here. But the reason why I feel like it's so important is because there's this fallacy because we go to porn that's quick and that's easy and that seems like it's effortless because it's so available on demand, that the journey of quitting porn should be effortless and easy and just kind of happen immediately and on demand because we want it to, or because you're here and you're going through this process. But no, it's actually like we're going to have to wake up, become more aware, become more conscious in ourself with God, and really reflect on the things that we've been kind of numbing our mind to. So if you can have that awareness within you that it's going to get messier, it's going to get harder at the beginning, on the front side especially, but here's what's true is, like for anything in life, you know, when you go to the gym and you first start trying to build muscle, you're going to be weaker and more tired at the beginning of it. Also with a business, when you start a business, you are also going to be out of more profit or out of more capital because you're investing in right away. So you're not going to maybe see immediate cash flow, but you will on the backside because it's an investment. So in the same way with quitting porn here, totally acceptable. And understand that if you feel like you're more frustrated or you're more confused or you're more all these things, I've had people come to me as we're working together like, you know, my life was like not that good before we started connecting and meeting, but now my life really sucks. And I said, that's amazing. That's progress. I want you to celebrate that. You know, the devil loves to celebrate perfection. That's what the Pharisees did, the religious scholars did, but the kingdom of God, we always celebrate progress. And so I want you to see that that's progress because the needle's moving, things are shifting, things are changing. You're waking up more, you're excavating, you're renovating, you're dealing with the things within your heart that have been neglected for many years, and you're starting to actually step into stewardship over it all. So it's a really good sign. Be excited for it as much as that could be possible, and just understand that you are making progress. You're not going backwards, you are going forwards every single step of the way, even though at first it might not feel like it. Hopefully this one helps you, and I'm so excited for the journey as we keep going on it. I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Caleb here. I wanted to come to you and just kind of share a little bit about my personal story and working with Matt. So about 6 months ago, I was just in a place that was a buildup of my life of where I felt hopeless. I felt like I was on a treadmill, just constantly running, but never really going anywhere. It was so stressful. I had no hope that things were going to change in my life. And that led to me going to porn and becoming addicted to that, to try to find something to escape my reality because I felt so hopeless. But I can tell you that once I actually went through the courses with Matt, fast forward 6 months, I am a brand new man. I feel like not only am I not worried at all about going back to porn, which is an amazing thing that I did not think that I would say 6 months ago, but I know myself. Like, I actually like myself now. I have genuine relationships with other people, and I feel like I have a genuine relationship with God, which I didn't feel like was possible because I constantly felt like a hypocrite 6 months ago. So I would just tell you that if you feel the way that I did 6 months ago, if you feel hopeless, if you feel like you don't know what to do, if you've reached out to counselors, if you've reached out to pastors, if you've even tried to reach out to friends and you feel like you got no help in that way, that was me. That was me 6 months ago. And me today, I'm a totally different person. So I know that if that worked for me, if working with Matt worked for me and was able to just give me the tools and unlock some of those things in my life and pull some of the things out of me that I needed to see, like, that's gonna work for you too. So just encourage you, like, I've worked with Matt, it worked for me, and I cannot say that about anything else that I've done before this. So I highly encourage you, you won't regret it.
Hey, real quick, if you like that video that you just saw, or if you want to see even better videos than this in a series that I made called Annihilate Porn to help guys or girls like you quit porn, you can subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't forget any alerts, comment, like, all that jazz, and more importantly, check out the next video that's going to take you even further on the journey from where you are to where you want to be. I love you tons. I'll catch you in the next one.